definitely practice the whole form as we're doing this online thing. If people want to isolate different sections of the form and only play that section for a month at a time or a week at a time, that is great. That's super great to do it like that, because that's the best way to do Wing Chun, is to always review your basics, refine them, look for the hidden details. So you have to be very repetitive, but it pays off. Everything, you're not supposed to learn it by doing it a few times. The old saying is 1,000 forms to become an expert, 10,000 forms to become a master. So anyway, for sure, during this work, play the whole form, study the detail of the seniors who are playing, pick up some tips, and then maybe you might only want to do the first section or the first and second section of the, break it up into different sections. That's fine, you know. Another time, you know, you got plenty of working out to do at home, etc. So enjoy now the whole form, get the whole body exercise.
All right, so I'm just trying to figure out the spotlight video, because you should all have your microphones muted. If you have not muted your microphone, please take a moment and mute it, because basically we are trying to have the video stay on the active one, and I'm looking on the phone app to find the spotlight option. If somebody knows, they can tell me.
Oh, for spotlight, you have to double click the video and it'll give you the option.
Okay. Okay, wait a minute. So what we got here is actually Sean is telling us, or Xiao is telling us, pin the video. So we would rather you.
That only pins it for the viewer.
Spotlight.
If
Okay.
you pin it, everyone has to pin it individually, whereas if you spotlight it, it automatically applies for everybody.
Okay. Apologize for my. So anybody in a, oh, there's exit pin video. Yeah, they do that in the front room when they're doing the other class. So the video should say that you want to pin on is kungfurichmond@gmail. So Dave, all I'm getting is you now.
All right, so you gotta go into participants, where you get the whole list of people, and you see all their.
Turn you down your TV loud. Okay, so go into participants.
So you go into participants, you see the list of everybody, you click on who you want, and you might have to right click it.
I've spotlighted the video now.
Perfect.
Okay. So then I can still look at you guys in the wider view. And I want to find Aaron in here, because we're going to need to hear from Aaron in a little bit. Aaron Vivial, can you unmute? And
hey.
All right. There's a lot of people. I'm on a phone scrolling, so. Okay, there he is. So I'm gonna spotlight Aaron for a minute. Okay, so Aaron, I'm gonna leave you on the screen for just a second.
Okay.
We're gonna, in just a few minutes, Stuart's actually gonna give us some details on some Siu Nim Tao and then he has a little bit of information on Chum Kiu. And then I have a couple of things for Siu Nim Tao. So what I think we're going to do is when we go into the Chum Kiu part, we're going to get you to lead a few and then do your presentation. Okay? So
Okay.
we'll say right around 12 noon is when we're trying to get into Chum Kiu. And for everybody, we're going to do this the Kung Fu way, real relaxed, just see the rest of the information for us. We'll jump right in on that. All right, so I'm going to put us back on Stuart as the spotlight. All right, so Stuart, instead of looking at the TV, can you look over here at the camera for him, give it a head on? And then if you want to go ahead and just tell them some of the video stuff. I mean, when we talk about this song.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about posturing real quick. No big deal, okay? Everybody's posture is going to be perfect. That's why we play the form. You know? But it's something to think about why you play your form, why you play your Siu Nim Tao. It's a little idea. It's giving you a little idea about how to stand in a conflict situation. So the first thing I'm going to go over is keeping your back straight and starting to learn to trust your feet. A lot of people, they want to open up like this. They look down and then they do this and they go like that. Really, what you want to do is start learning to feel your body out and to be in the right posture so that if something happens, I can just engage, right? So the first thing that we have to do is learn to find a point or a line on the wall to line yourself up with, just geometry. So in front of me, you guys can't see it, there's like a jong. So I'm going to line myself up to the jong a certain way so that I have this line in front of me that I'm going to use as my center line as my opponent. I'm assuming my opponent's my own height, so that's going to make the center line here. And I'm going to line up these points and these points to this line, all going forward on this center line in front of me. Okay? So that being said, I'm going to open up, draw my center line. I'm going to pull the bow back, and then I'm going to sit in my horse, chamber my fist, and now I'm lined up. When you get to the Chum Kiu and everything, this becomes a big deal because you're switching your from front horse to back horse to side horse. But for now, this is getting you engaged, your body engaged in a geometry to understand the variables about what's going on. So let's just play a Siu Nim Tao. And remember, just think about that center line and think about keeping your shoulders square to it. Between your shoulders, between these 2 points, there's a line. Keep that perpendicular to this line. Keep your wrists on center. Keep your shoulders back and square. If you can't do it, just do it the best you can for right now. Your body will learn to stretch into it. Remember to breathe. Soften the body up top. Push the body down below. What I mean by down below is everything below your solar plexus is your force field. Everything above your solar plexus should be kind of malleable.
All right, so I do have some announcements, but I wanted you to, if you will, just give us a little recap on the specific points made.
Okay, again, when you open up your form, think about your back being straight, and you want to pick a point in front of you that's from your center line. Think about a person about their own height, center line to center line. or a line that you're lined up to, and that will give you your center line. Line that center line up, then line your points of your shoulder and your hips up to that, right? And then you'll be squared out to have a better measurement for your posture. And will keep your back straight. Imagine a fold coming from the crown of your top of your head, straight through your spine and your groin. That's pretty much it.
Let's figure out a way to put 3 people here.
Yeah, we can.
Let's run across.
So we're gonna spread out a little bit. So Stuart, I need you to go to the wall and
Okay.
walk keep going. One more time. And you can turn it back flat to the wall over the second section. We got here. Yeah. So now we have 3 of us, right? Face this way so you can chop your arms out. Okay. All right. So we're gonna play a few more Siu Nim Tao. I want to show you guys just this quick picture since we have technology. So, because I was trying to do this, maybe it'll work. Yeah. All right. So then this is just a picture I found online, and it's a skeleton and all your nerves, and then there's these tree roots, right? And so they were basically making this point that your nerves and your roots are all tied back together. So I just wanted to, share an image so we could just see that. Later we'll have some more like kung fu demonstration stuff and pictures and things that we can use. Let me get out of the tree root thing. All right, so now we're back. All right, so let's Siu Nim Tao.
Alright, so Stuart and Kat. They're close to each other. Alright, so. Remember, punch hard. Okay. Now, hold on. Everyone might be a little nervous that you're working from the form. So you're in the form, obviously there's ways to play. So, you relax your elbows, let them drop, and bring your hands down to center. You could use other details there if you want to. We can talk about that. So you're ready to do the punch. You relax, and you let your elbow drop, and come to center, and you just sit there. Then you do the Kung Fu punch. After you sit there, relax with your hand on center. You don't move your body hardly at all. It looks like it's frozen. So you bring your hand in here and relax and keep the elbow under control. Don't have to out. It's more of like here, here. There's another way to punch when it's like your elbow is a point back there. There's another point of it right here. And some people like to look at the Wing Chun punch like this hammer that comes up and you bring it down a certain way, which is cool. That's actually a good strike races. Just sort of drops down. So you really put your elbow into it. And if you were to do it from here, maybe it would be like someone has a punch like that, right? And that is a technique. But then there's also the nature of keeping this punch even and letting your elbow do this work also. But instead of the punch going up in this area, it just goes straight as the elbow comes up. So you're punching. So there's just something, this is a driving force type. Then there is something where you might almost hit someone with a back fist or a hammer fist type of thing. really the nature Wing Chun comes from the heart. You drive it straight out. You see? You don't have to punch up high even. You can just drop straight up. Just drop it straight up. To practice, you gotta practice with the form to practice. Best way, the elbow relaxes, big tight fist. Elbow relax, comes to the center. And then the elbow does the work while this stays on a certain line. And then this finishes, boom. And you can practice this, in a nice, slow, detailed manner, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But the nature of the form, when you open your horse, the punch would be hard. Like all the strikes in the Siu Nim Tao, you would use hard energy, and then relax. So you relax, you send it out. At the last minute, use the hard energy, have it start experimenting with what the impact force would be. Then relax. While keeping the form though. It doesn't mean you go out and then you relax. No, it's like you relax. I'm relaxing now, I still relax. Still relax. So here, so do the punch hard, dim jerk hard, long jerk hard, down long jerk, same thing. Some Chum Kiu at the end, fan sao, hard. And then the middle section is what they call with energy. So there, you guys do it now. I'm gonna jump in with you guys. This is enough space. Yeah. This is pretty good. Yeah, take your areas. All right, so this is the pace, the standard pace. Of course, people can do super fast, obviously. There's like two basic speeds to the Siu Nim Tao form would be the long form, which would have a tensile section with an extra on both sides, and that's what makes it long. The rest of the form is a standard pace. Where you snap it, you're going to do that and stuff. And then there's that standard form, you can call it short form if you want to say, whatever the standard one you do the most, would be where you address the tensile section, you do it in a certain gentle way, you do it slower, a certain way, but it's not that real slow, the slow section. It's just, instead of moving super slowly, you can barely see it, you're moving in a gentle way. Compared to when the tonsile is in another part of the form, where it's a high tonsile, it definitely comes up straight. And then you hit the guy, then you have a low tonsile. And you hit the low one. So there is a place where there's a tonsile, it comes out. But so the standard way is always give this attention, slow it up a little bit, make it softer. Then the rest of the form, standard energy, whatever. So the other way is a slow form, period. This really needs attention. And just so those are two best ways, of course. Other ways to play it, play the whole form slow, play the whole form fast. It doesn't matter, you know. You can play it. But what does we tend to say about it for sure? Two ways to play it. All right. Is that I should have at this point. Here we jump next. much. So we got about 20 more minutes of Siu Nim Tao time.
Playing forums or?
You guys play that again. Get in there and work with Eric. You join us at the spot where I was. Go ahead and enjoy. Very good. Very good. So, Siu Nim Tao means little idea, everyone knows that, but it also has this thing where it means like the beginning thoughts or the start of something, or like the start, the beginning, something like that, or embryonic thoughts, the embryo grows, etc. Embryonic thoughts, small beginning thoughts, stuff like that. It really symbolizes the beginning of the system for sure. But it also symbolizes the nature of a circle where you always come back around to Siu Nim Tao, and you should be more advanced. Because the little idea should grow in a year's cycle, that little idea should have grown. It should be a different level of a little idea, and you should have a bit more of a little idea. That's the way it's supposed to be. So it has to grow. You know, some people look at it like a tree rings, you know, how you tell the age of a tree. So even if you don't have the best training schedule in the world, that year still goes by, you know. If you have a great training schedule, the year still goes by. If you have a medium, average training schedule, the year still goes by. But that year is the Wing Chun year. Depending on how much you study your Wing Chun or practice it or feel about it more than anything. Like if you love your Wing Chun, you really want to study it. So that year is Wing Chun. It may be a year where you don't train that much. It goes into your growth. 1 out of 10 years, you might not train a lot. You know, you might not do much Siu Nim Tao or anything. You know, but maybe 4 out of 10 years, you do a lot of Siu Nim Tao. And the other years, you do a decent amount of Siu Nim Tao anyway, but 4 out of the 10 years, you really study the Siu Nim Tao and you dig deep. When you first learn it, you cannot do that. You can't dig deep into Siu Nim Tao until you've been training it for a little while, maybe a few years, maybe 10 years, right? But what do you think it's like for someone who's been training for 20 years and then they go back to their Siu Nim Tao? So Siu Nim Tao is Siu Nim Tao. What's that?
If somebody's got their microphone on, can you please make sure that it's muted so we can listen to the secret lecture?
No, it's not actually. I was actually done, but the point is that your Siu Nim Tao grows with you, Siu Nim Tao is a little idea, right? A beginning idea. Every time you practice this Siu Nim Tao, it's almost like you are beginning again. Like starting your kung fu over almost. That's the nature of it. You can use it that way a lot of times when people actually do start the training all over, most of the time they're going to start this. That's the way it is. But every time you play Siu Nim Tao, new beginning, you should have a different level of kung fu or a different layer of kung fu. All right, go ahead. Put your arms out this way. Kill. Right there. Look at the whole exercise Siu Nim Tao is. Why is it designed this way? That part should be slow. Going up should be slow. Just so you know. Yeah. It goes up, if you jut, you go out right away. So it's like 7 here, the food cell, then you jut out. And then straight down, like you're floating something down. So here, like both hands, jut. And then right to about your eye level. Then you release the energy. And you guys have been trained in this before, most of you. But that, you get so caught up in Wing Chun, you just keep doing it, maybe you wanna overlook a detail, right? Let me tell you guys something. Don't overlook that detail, you know? Even as seniors start practicing the details as if you were a beginner and watch your punch through transfer.
Just want to check the chat real quick. Close. Okay. One more 10-minute block, Siu Nim Tao, and then we were going to read through Chum
Yeah, question. Just you go to the front one real quick. You guys figure out cells on the screen. Stagger your lines, do whatever you gotta do. All right. Okay. Is it proper social distancing? 3 feet apart, 6 feet apart. Stagger yourselves. All right, this is a little bit of extreme social distance. All right. So, go ahead. This other one. I want to maybe just break down that third section slightly slower, so that we're all staying together. Right? I think it's ready. We want to keep this the same speed as the other side. That's the second side that goes faster. So just there. One side pole. Let's emphasize this wall jump. Chum ball. I think we've got time for more probably basis.
And we're gonna just go ahead and give us a couple of announcements. We're wrapping up our Siu Nim Tao hour. Everyone that's on this group right now, the link that you got and the password you got, we're gonna do a follow-up to this seminar. This will be a free thing that people can participate with. Right now, I believe we're gonna be doing it on this Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll go about an hour to an hour and a half. And basically what we'll do is we'll do some forms training to follow up on this information. So you guys that are out there are all invited. It'll be the same exact meeting link and the same password. So that is this Tuesday at 5 p.m. Next week, we'll be doing an event for all of the family, all the students. There's a free question and answer that some grad students are doing with seafood. And then we'll have an opportunity, if you would like to ask a question, you can email the question in. So we'll have that link going out to everyone. So if you have a particular come-from question to ask, email us, and then Seafood will do his best to get everyone's questions next week, okay? And then after that, we're gonna be doing a Bill G workout for people who are at the Bill G level. And I think we are tentatively saying that that's gonna be a 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. next Saturday. And the cost for that is $50. So if you were interested in any of those programs, just show up for the ones that you're free and invited to. And then if you want to register for the bills, you will need to send us an email to do the payment option again. All right, so we're wrapping up our Siu Nim Tao hour. Seafood, did you have anything else we need to add or go over right now? Or can we transition into Chum Kiu? Aaron was going to lead us.
We're gonna transition to Chum Kiu, I guess. In Siu Nim Tao, really master the center line. It's more than what you think. And in Chum Kiu, we're gonna move the center line. Okay, great. Bye-bye.
All right, so we're gonna just take a short breather. If you have to take a sip of water or something, do that. And then we were gonna have
Just
Aaron.
like Facebook Live.
This Facebook Live.
There's a Facebook Live on top of this, just for a minute. Not like doing it the whole time, but just to share that we're together practicing social distancing. I don't know,
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, Aaron Vivial, if you can take your mic off for us. What I wanna do is I was gonna have you do a good 10-minute segment of leading forms and going over some Chum Kiu details. And if it goes longer, that's fine, but I'm just keeping time management in play. So I'll spotlight Aaron, and we'll follow Aaron for a little bit for some Chum Kiu workout to get us started. Okay, so I believe everyone should be seeing Aaron now, right? Okay, so Aaron, the floor is yours. I'll just give you a little reminder about the time.
All right. So we'll just go through Chum Kiu maybe twice, and then I'll just go over some details. So all I got time for. All right. I'm gonna back up and do a full body, then I'll come closer. Okay, one more closer. All right, so let's talk myself through or talk us through the form real quick on some of the details I use. So I don't rush through the opening. I just kind of open just like Siu Nim Tao. Here, I don't stop at the center line. I just go. So in Chum Kiu, I come to center and fire out. I don't rush like this. I still come with energy. Do a good Hyun Sao. Come with energy, good Hyun Sao. Here I come out, not high, shoulder tip or shoulder height, and I put energy into it, almost like I'm reaching and drop. Shift. So on the shift, shifts need to have energy and power. And you need to have loose hips. So when I shift, I kind of basically just unlock my hips and throw them to end up fully right angle. So I don't want to be here, like a lot of people will kind of shift and they leave their hips unlocked. So you shift and you have to add a little bit more to lock it down. Kind of like that. Here, throw the hips. Then I have to lean onto the front foot. I lean to the front foot, de-weight my back foot, kind of unlock the hips and throw them. So the hips actually drag my upper body. So as you sort of get more relaxed and better mobility, it sort of pulls. See how my body's late and then catches up. And once you go through that stage, it sort of links up again. So I'm here, lean forward, and I come back. So on the lawn sows, I don't keep them high. I keep them a little bit lower. Sarah, come over. So when I keep them high and she pushes on my lawn sows, I fall over. So I keep my lawn sows a little bit lower so that I have a little bit more energy going into my horse versus my lower back. So I stay here, that's good. With a little bit of distance between, I don't rest on here, I don't get lazy. I keep as little distance as possible in a nice box. I don't want to be here or here. Nice box, just slightly lower than my shoulders. So I don't come out hard for this part. I just come out with a little bit of energy, shoulder tip, or shoulder tip, fingertip to shoulder height. So I'm here like that, but it looks like I might go higher if I lean back. So if I sit back in my horse, like I'm leaning back to sit on my horse, my fingertips go higher because they're level with my shoulders. So if I'm here and I just have no leaning back, I kind of maybe a little bit of weight near my front foot there, my fingers go to there. But if I really sit back on my horse, my fingers look like they're going high, but they're still level with my shoulders because of the angle. So if I'm here, my hands will look like that. So they go out shoulder level, drop into two. If I go high, then I have to make a big movement to drop them into the tonsils. So whatever level I'm at, I should be able to just drop my elbows and my fingers stay in the same position for the ton. So here, there. So you do your fonts out, however you like, whatever I use this way. And then turn your hands into dim turns, and this will be face level, so slightly above the shoulder. There. So now I take this hand, this is the power hand that turns me. So the three things that have to happen is lancao, chamber, and shift. Like that. And see how my hips are over there? I didn't finish it, so I have to finish. So here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I make this fist, chamber, or make this fist, this becomes lancao, and I complete my hips all the way into basically 0 to 180 degrees. So once I'm here now, lancao, not high, right about there, shoulder level, good chamber. I hide my hand. So I'm gonna hide my hand, and halfway through, I have a cross that looks similar to lapsao, and then it'll relax down. So that'd be 1. So it crosses my face, and I'm making like, almost like this, like a blocking defense like that. So call that 1. With power, 2. Remember, the pulling energy is what creates the power in the shift. So this is kind of along for the ride, the bong, and this whole structure is called guansao. So guansao, the backhand becomes the chambered fist that gives me the energy. There. Hide the hand, throw like that.
So Aaron, this is your C. Ryan.
Yeah.
I wanted to let you know we're at our 10 minutes. You can definitely keep working, but if you would pick, you gave us a lot of great details on the first section.
Yeah.
Can you pick one of them and emphasize leading us through it, and then maybe lead a second form with the second, just one detail? Because we definitely appreciate all your methodology. We're just trying to
Well, no, I
do
can't.
one drill at a time. I'm going to mute it and let you go back to it. Okay.
The form is every detail.
Yeah.
The
So
form
for
is
right now, you got 2 more forms to lead, and you can point out a detail for us.
okay. So you can't just pick out one detail. Yeah, I mean, just shift, I guess. Shift correctly. The form is made up of details. So to pick just one out of what I just showed you is kind of impossible. So because I'm just giving details to do it in a way.
Yeah, well, I'm just letting you know you have a limited time, so please, wrap up what you want to wrap up.
All right, let's just do a form. All right, Ryan, it's yours.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. We appreciate it. We're going to be doing more when we get into the May anniversary, and people will have a full half-hour long block.
Well, no, I just wanted to finish the first section, but
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. We're coming back to the main spotlight video. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Tim, I'm gonna ask you to go over a couple details from Chum Kiu to share. It can be from any section, and just work for the next 5 to 10 minutes on Chum Kiu, please. Okay?
All right.
And this is your camera if you're trying to front someone.
So the first thing you want to do, just like in Siu Nim Tao, you want to make sure you're in your horse before you open your horse. So you're in the Ichi Kinima now, my hands raised. You maintain Ichikinuma, open your horse. And what you want to do on your shifts, before I get into it, you want to maintain Ichikinuma. So when I say maintain Ichikinuma on a shift, how my feet are when you're in Ichikinuma, Siu Nim Tao, Ichikinuma, what you're doing is, once you shift, whichever leg is going to be your back leg, that leg doesn't change when you do the shift. So when you shift, it's like this. This leg doesn't move, hips turn, so that means that toe has to be turned all the way in, so you don't have to change it after you make your shift. So then when you do your next shift, you just mimic that same thing. On your front leg, you don't turn your front foot, you let your hips rotate your knees, so your knees should be still turned in and you're maintaining Ichikinuma. So that's the only thing I want you to pay attention to in this segment of my leading, and that's what we'll concentrate on mostly. So just look at what I'm doing. Chum Kiu.
So Tim, you can do one more little segment here and play the form again. And Stuart had something about Chum Kiu. He was going to go over with us. And then I just talked with Seifert, he'll be back in here to work on Chum Kiu.
Okay. I guess another detail relating to the horse also, you want to keep your hips forward. So like, I'm going to show you a side view. So when you open in Ichikinuma, it's important to keep your hips forward, particularly in this particular form, so you can maintain Ichikinuma more comfortably. So I'm opening Ichikinuma, hips forward, hips stay forward, heels pop out, toes in. So your heels out like more. All right, we're gonna go through it a second time.
Thank you.
Very good. So why don't you trade places with Stuart? And Stuart, you had a little information you were going over about the reference points.
Okay, so basically one of the ways to make what Tim and Aaron are talking about kind of come together a little bit would be these points, just like in Siu Nim Tao. You get your reference points on the walls in front of you and back of you and to the sides. You'll have a way to keep that shoulder structure and that hip structure lined up so that you do full shifts. Because what happens is in Chum Kiu, people, as they do, a couple of them in a row start getting kind of tired, and they'll do stuff kind of like this, right? I open up a horse, and I'm feeling fine for a while. I'm going from front all the way to the side. So what happens is you get tired, get about halfway when you're doing stuff. For example, I might be in the second part, and I might be fine here. Then all of a sudden, I'm here like this, right? And you should actually be facing either forward or here. All the transitional movement from side to side is being handled as you're moving. So you'll see older people, sometimes we're playing with it, and we might move our arms over, but that's because we're actually rotating our hip versus just leaning over and being forward. So on this concentration would be just to keep back straight points and keep everything either facing this way or this way. All right, here we go.
Okay, so we just talked a little bit about a lot about lining up. And you know, in Siu Nim Tao, we spend all this time building the front center line, moving your hand here. So then when we play the second section, you become aware of the sides and behind you, and we make this Lan Sao shape. So this Lan Sao shape is crucial to when we're playing our Chum Kiu. I'm using that Lan Sao shape that points my elbow to tell me where my absolute back horse is, right? So when we look at turning our center line, we have to be aware where our elbows are because that's where your shoulders are. And so you have to keep all of that in a line, okay? What I wanted to do, if we could, do we have oars? Do you have your camera and mic active? I wanted to bring oars up. If you can unmic, mute yourself. Oars Mueller. May not have. Oh, there he is. Yeah, oars. Did we lose him? All right. I am going to. Oh, we've lost oars. That's all right. I'm going to come back to us. All right, so we are back. See if we've warmed up on the Chum Kiu. Went over a few details.
That's good. So one thing very important about Chum Kiu, never forget. Up here, where your eyes are, right? You can feel the bones next to your eye socket, etc. And here, where your hips are, you feel these bones. These two bones and these two bones, when you're playing Chum Kiu, they need to move together. And together is one piece. So there's two things you have to remember. One is this and this. One piece. Two is your heel planted in the ground like spikes. So the only part that might move would be maybe the front of your feet shifting like wipers. You know, or in the old days, it would just look like one of those fans that they open up. You know, or wipers. Yeah. But you shift, you plant those heels, and you make your hips do all the work. So the third thing really, hips is the energy. This has to stay with this. If you're looking in a mirror and you do this, you'll pick up this habit of doing it. So you don't want to shift and then be doing this. Yeah. I mean, it's conceivable you might be in a fight, there's someone there, and you shift and hit someone, and you're still looking over there where this person is, so you can come in and do whatever. But in the form, the most important practice is this, together. Like I can't even see you when I do it. I can't see the screen. It's just a blur. Everything in the front is a blur. So I see this as an image, and then this is a blur. Then I see this as an image. But once I put the energy up, I build the energy fully up, and it goes, explodes. You don't see anything up there. So your body goes to different angles because I'm shifting, so the weight's on this way. When I gotta go that way, there's a certain period of time where my stance might be like this, or even like this, you know? And then suddenly, this weight is here. Some people look at it like, well, I keep my weight here until I have to shift, and then I move it over. That's cool too. You do it all at one time, you end up having a little bit of weight in that front leg. Shift right on. So that's very good, you know?
Hey, Eric, you want to lead us through some forms?
That's it. Let's check and see.
Why don't you trade places with Eric? So you can see on TV. Yeah, because we're Wi-Fi. If you watch just the cell phone, it's this. It's error Wi-Fi.
recording this, you'll have a way to show it. Some people did with the same. Watch it afterwards. There were people that weren't skeptics. Okay, yeah, one other thing about shift. There's another way, is the right way. Like two really great ways to shift. Again, this has to be together, this has to be together. Don't do it where like there's a mirror in front of me. So if I shift and I keep my head like that, right? You're supposed to shift together, right? Supposed to shift together. Now, the other way is also look first. Like if you look first and shift, that's almost like the hips don't have to really be with, you know. I look first, all right, they catch up together. Look again, you know. Maybe the gates lead. But really the best way here and here together. Like almost like Frankenstein. Seafood call it, it's like, oh, you know, like Frankenstein, like very, it seems stiff, it seems rigid, you know? But Chum Kiu has very rigid angles, it is stiff. You can play loose, everything in Chum can be loose and soft, blah, blah, blah. But the nature of it is strong, like a lancet, you know, firm, solid angle. You know, your bones down. You know, when you're here and you're doing something like here, this is a very strong angle. You know, and you take a step, and when the back leg comes up, the bone style is complete. And then it goes right back. Now, done in one motion, you know. So done in one motion, oops, excuse me, sorry. Okay, so here. Or you want this. You know, where it's like this, break it down to details.
I think you guys should lead some more forums working on that.
I think he's put all the suggestions. Y'all should be gagging up on the CI. Eric's got some already. But no, so you guys may play one or two more Chum Kius, but then finish it up with Siu
So let's do Chum Kiu. And I'm gonna slow this one down and really make sure I've got my eye and my hip bones lined up. All right, ready? There's the coffee. So hold your hip and your eye bones. Hold that hip and eye bone. Again, hold the hip and the eyes. Hold that hip and eye line. Again, holding the hip and the eye line. Now you can use that when I lift my fist to my knee, hold those points. Hold the hip and the eye. Just where it wants you. Let's do it again. Ready? The line. Slow it down a little bit so that you're making sure that you're checking your elbow point and your hips. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is a lot of really good information. Yeah, we want to basically follow up with this on Tuesday. We're going to keep doing some Siu Nim Tao here, but I just wanted everybody to keep in your mind that we are doing a follow-up. Also want to let people know, we're going to do the May anniversary as a bigger seminar. So this is a shorter format, just to make sure everybody can figure out how to get online, how to pay the money, all that stuff. So this is just a first run. Next week, we'll be doing the advanced Build You workout and the free Q&A. The weekend of May 2nd and 3rd, there will be 4-hour blocks, a Saturday morning class, a Saturday evening class, and a Sunday afternoon class. We'll have a similar format where we will have assigned time blocks where people can really get in depth and do the whole training chamber. So I appreciate everybody being patient with the online format, with me personally as being the time manager, staying on top of everybody. But that's how we get through a lot of information in an organized way. And so Wing Chun is designed to be trained. So you really want to follow up with all this information on your own. Maybe rewatch this video. We are going to have a streamable link. And I do want to let you know, it is appropriate if you guys want to send Sifu Hung Bao through the Venmo and the Zelle. If you write Hung Bao in the message, we will earmark that separately for him. So we do have the set fee, but if you're feeling like you're really enjoying this program today, you may want to send us $20 Hung Bao. It's not required, but it is a good way to show like gratitude about information. So the program on Tuesday, again, is free. That's a follow-up. We already have the link. Next week's interview is a free program. And if you're on the Build G level, then you can do our Build G workshop next week, okay? When we get into the anniversary, because it's a full event, it will have the normal pricing, even though it's online. So it'll be somewhere between like $80 and $120, depending on your generation. But that's for the 12 hours of training that we plan on posting, okay? So why don't we go ahead and do a Siu Nim Tao? Tim, do you mind getting us through Siu Nim Tao? All right, so you take the spotlight over here. So just two more little things I was thinking about while we're doing it for. I'm going to go into the room and I'm going to grab a couple of the new t-shirts in case people haven't seen those yet. And so you can email us at that info@Kung Fu Richmond if you'd like to place an order, and we'll be looking at shipping that stuff out for people. So that's something you can do to support the overall program. But what I really wish everyone would do is if you have not written a review for your own school on Google and Facebook, go online today and do a review for your own school and do a Facebook post about how you enjoy training online. Because this will help popularize Kung Fu in your own area and help the individual schools. We definitely want you to do that for the Richmond headquarters, but this is something that doesn't take a lot of effort, that makes a big difference for the general public to find on Kung Fu. So I want to just really encourage people to support the social media in an appropriate way by, doing good ratings and stuff like that in terms of reviews. So if you guys want to leave another form, I'm going to just grab a few of those t-shirts and we'll show them off, okay? Check our chat. Okay, so I got those T-shirts. I wanted to go over something real quick. Chat, somebody asked, will there be more classes added to the Kung Fu on-demand site? And so the short answer is yes. The exact arrival date, I don't know. We need to talk with Sifu Owen in Detroit. You know, he's the main producer who helped organize that website and that product. And what we want to do is, if you have something that you're interested in, you can always email us. And I know we have a number of archival workshops and lectures and things that we want to make available, as well as producing new content with the high quality video and audio and all that. In the meantime, you should be able to get most of your training needs done with one of our online Zoom classes. If you are not in a branch where you can readily connect with the Sifu and do online classes, then you can message us and we can appropriately get you in somebody's online class for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday training. Okay, so if I will, I'm going to get Stuart, you can help me here. I want to basically just show everybody these T-shirts. So just hold it up to the camera there. Get real close. Right here, camera. Yeah. So this is our Punch Comes from the Heart design. You see some artwork from Siu Nim Tao. So this is a $30 shirt that anyone can purchase. Next, what we have is our Chi Sao shirt. You must be on Chi Sao to purchase this one. Okay, this one has a better quality ink and color, so I think this one is 35 or 40. But a lot of these shirts, if you buy them more than one, then we have some specials and some deals. The next shirt is the Inner Circle. This one is also a $40. So this one you would have to be NY3, NY4, or NY5. Okay, that's the Warrior Key Holders Associations. All right. So if you're a regular student, you have to train a little bit longer and get involved with your Sifu and learn how to become Inner Circle. All right. Next, we have a shirt that is for everyone. All right, this one is a $30 shirt, I believe. This is from the artwork from the self-defense video by Moy Yat. All right, I really like the little graphic. Take a good look at that. Yeah. Protect yourself. All right, and then these next ones come in a couple color variations. So they all have the plum blossom, and then on the back they have a cool design that Moy Yat did for a Yip Man video. Okay, so I have that in the red, the gold, and the natural. They all have a slightly different look there. Okay, very good. Thanks, Stuart. I appreciate that. So what I wanted to make sure that everyone has done is, even if you messaged us and already had Zelle, please send us an email at that info@Kung Fu Richmond as a participant, and just let us know what you thought of this workout. And then also that'll allow us to be able to connect with you for the future programs. So make sure you save this video link, this password, so you can come on Tuesday at 5 p.m. for a follow-up on Summertown Chum Kiu. There will be a new link distributed for the Q&A next Saturday. I believe that's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we're going to do a Bill G workshop at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Saturday. That one will cost $50. Okay? If you need anything in particular, please reach out to your Sifu. And then also you can send us an email at the headquarters, and we'll work to connect you with Moy Tung and get you moving in the right direction. So why don't we do a closeout Siu Nim Tao, guys? Just get all in there. All right. And then I believe so we need to see Eric. So yeah. Huh? You're in the mirror? Well, Eric, trade places, and I want you to lead since you're the senior brother out of us. Yeah, we want to follow the senior brother. So Eric is setting up basics. Everybody? All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We started a couple minutes early, but we're wrapping up now. Thanks again for participating. We'll see you on Tuesday at 5 p.m. The same meeting room, same password. And once again, please follow up with an email and some good social media support for this. All right, thanks a lot.